everyone, welcome back to a new podcast. This week's podcast is about astrology and a possible parallel world. I'm your host, Hortense, and I'm here with
Noah.
Michael.
Peter.
Okay, I'm happy to have you as my guest today, and I would like to know, to start off, your opinion on a possible parallel world or astrology in general.
Well, I think that like a parallel world and astrology is a nice thing to think about. And it's like, I love discussing and talking about it, especially like astrology, especially with like mythology, they are linked very much. And I like talking about that, but I don't think I don't believe in it.
Mm-hmm.
When you say astrology, you mean like all of the different signs and like the stars meaning something?
I'm sure it goes into more depth, but
yeah. Well, I think that it's quite a beautiful thing. I know that astrology can help us guide the way. Like we can use the stars to navigate, but I don't think like these like signs having specific meanings. I think it's fun over like a discussion with friends, but in reality, I don't really believe in it.
Okay. And you?
I mean, we don't have much evidence to support it or disregard it. I mean, I would say it's pretty much up to the individual to believe in what they want to believe.
Mm-hmm.
I personally, I mean, there is some stuff which I tend to be more favorable of, but like overall, I don't particularly believe in it.
Okay. And for
correlation, I'd say it's more.
Okay. And for me, well, again, I don't know enough about it, and I hope today I'll know more about it. But I do believe in astrology in a way that, for example, like, of course, we've all like search up our sign, I think, and like see the characteristic you can have based on that sign. And for me, they all match. So, it's a bit weird. And as everyone's saying, like, it's interesting to believe about, to like think about it and believe it and to guide our life. But a parallel world, again, that's, I think, a very complicated topic and like a very deep topic. So I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm a bit more skeptical, about this one. So Michael, you were saying that you kind of believe in astrology, like you like it? Right?
Yeah, I do like it. I like you were saying that sometimes someone does like I tell them my sign and they're like, oh, you're like this type of person. Yeah. They're kind of really correct, and it's kind of scary. But I do know that it's often quite a coincidence.
Really?
But I do think that a lot of the descriptions for astrology, they give a lot of different options for the descriptions. Like there's a lot of information. So you're bound to maybe feel like you connect with one of those things. Yeah. Or maybe there's a few quite general ones where they'll say, oh, you're a good person, which I guess is good. Parallel worlds is a bit more complicated, I think.
Yeah. So was there any moments in your life that something happened that made you believe or not believe about, you know what I mean? Like about astrology and like paranormal things and parallel worlds?
Not really, no. I haven't had like a awakening experience where like, oh, everything... they've been right about everything. No, I haven't really had that sort of thing. I've always considered the idea of a parallel world, obviously because it's a fun thing to think about, and when people talk about it, you want to be involved in the conversation.
For sure.
But like, it's never like crossed my mind, or I've never had a moment where I thought this proves it or this disproves it.
Yeah.
And you guys?
I mean,
it can also be it can also just be like a moment where that made you think that no, it doesn't exist, or it's like something.
I'm very similar to Noah. I don't think I had an experience that either proves it or disproves it. I mean, I would say it's hard to define a moment in life that makes you believe in it.
Well, I'm saying, for example, like if we dive into for example, paranormal activity stuff, have you ever had something happen to you that was a bit weird, and like you question it, you're a bit like, oh, that's a bit weird. Like it doesn't have to be like an awakening.
Yeah,
it can be like a small.
I'd say maybe, but a lot of times it's just like, oh, something happened. It's not my first thought. Oh, it's because of astrology or because there's a parallel world that's interacting with.
Yeah, no,
world.
Obviously, but
it's like, oh well, the thing fell off the table. Oh, I guess it was just windy, or it just felt like falling off. I mean,
And you, Michael?
I like I said about astrology specifically, I've given my views, but parallel worlds, I do think they might exist. I like the idea, but also like in a literal physics sense, like with a.
Can you guys explain about it if like any of you guys know about it? Because honestly, parallel world, well, I know what people kind of say about it, but what's the like science behind it?
Do you want to?
No, you can say it.
It's like I think that a lot of the ideas come from many of the research that has been done into like space and all of that, like the universe and how it exists and all of that. Many people think that there might be other like universes that are interconnected together. And often what this is related to is like black holes. We don't know what's inside of a black hole. And many people say it might be another universe, and then that might be parallel universes, and they're all like connected in that way.
And what do you think that people mean by parallel world? Would it be like a world like ours, but with different things, or like
yes,
what?
It would probably be like, I think it would be a world like ours. Some scientists believe that there might be, I think, worlds which have different physical laws. So like, for example, we fall down towards gravity. Maybe there's a world where the opposite happens. But I think that obviously there is no like hard evidence, or like people are coming up with all kinds of crazy theories. But no one actually knows. But I think it's a fun idea, and it would be cool if it does exist.
Yeah, like a thing that makes me kind of like, I don't believe in it, but I think it might be possible. It's because that the universe expands into something, but it's expanding into nothing, but it has to be expanding into something.
Yeah.
And also what happened before the Big Bang, because there was matter suddenly, and we don't know how that happened. So it could just be a parallel universe that happened before, and we're just reliving a similar experience that happened before. They all just came together and then just redid itself.
And Peter, how do you think if there's a parallel world, how would it be like, in your opinion?
It's a hard question to answer, definitely, but I'd say I'd agree with Michael. It's hard to imagine it being very, very different. Like, to some extent, sure, but like, some things are just set in stone. Like, you can't really change them without having catastrophic consequences. That can be like, I don't know, a neutron now has a positive charge, or a proton has a weight of 1 kilogram.
Yeah.
Like, some things have to be like something, or else nothing else is something. So I'd say, probably very similar, maybe even identical to ours. Like, just copies upon copies. But again, like, even with black holes, like, there is nothing which proves or disproves it. It could be just like, oh, it's just a very, very, very consolidated group of matter, which is just, it's just a very, very consolidated group of matter, you know?
Exactly. Another thing to think about is like the butterfly effect. If you had a parallel universe that was very similar to ours, except for the fact that, I don't know, one person in the world had a different color hair, that could lead to catastrophic consequences that you might not know about. Just like if you moved the time travel, like they moved the chair and then the whole universe changes, that could be a thing. We could have a parallel universe that has just one atom that's different, but give it a few billion years and the whole universe explodes for some reason. Like, everything can change.
Okay.
Which is, interesting.
Think
about,
to say the least.
And do you think this idea of a parallel world is growing because of pop culture, or is it growing because of actual scientific research?
Both, I think.
Both.
Because as we're learning more about quantum physics, especially, and how it doesn't make sense.
What's quantum?
Quantum physics is like the study of not like physical stuff like a microphone, but like the atoms that make it up and the subatomic particles and how they interact.
Okay.
And it's like, we are learning new stuff about it. We learned like what gives things mass, why atoms behave the way, but we still don't understand everything. And I feel like the more we learn and the more we learn about how much we don't know, the more we can theorize, and the more like people hear about this and they like spread the news like, this could be a possibility.
Have you heard of Schrodinger's cat? Like the cat that's in a box, and it's like it has like a vial of poison, and then you won't know if the cat has eaten, or like a poison food, and you don't know if the cat has eaten the food and died, or if it's still alive until you open the box.
Yeah.
It's basically like this physics thing, which is like, we don't know what's going on until we look inside and see, is the cat dead or alive? It's like the common example that's given, and that's usually what happens in quantum. So another theory for parallel universes is that there's one where one outcome happens and one where another outcome happens. But that's, again, like, that might be a reason. Like, pop culture has a lot of movies with parallel universes.
Yes, for sure.
I'd say both, but I'd put more emphasis on pop culture. More people learn about stuff from pop culture than science. Like, if we look at just the regular general public, more of them tend to watch movies rather than read scientific journals. Like
Yeah, but then movies are probably based on science.
Yeah,
no?
absolutely. Some
Some
of them
of them.
are,
Yeah.
but some of them also take the science and use it as a reference material.
sure.
So it's for the general public, it's definitely pop culture. But like overall, I'd say science in more of a furthering or understanding rather than just informing.
Yeah.
Do you think that dreams could sometimes be a glimpse into other realities? Because I've heard that many people say that the dreams we have, they're happening in another universe. But I don't know.
I love this concept so much, but I don't believe it at all.
No. But what about some of them? Because I know that thing about dreams, that obviously it's our brain processing all the information we got during the day. But so sometimes you do weird dreams, like I don't know.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's sometimes dreams that you do that are not related to what happened the day before, like the week before, and you're a bit like, and they seem really real. And
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, I mean, it's if that is the case, a lot of my other universes are special, to say the least. But also, like dreams, we don't know much about them because it's kind of hard to study, especially with the fact that we can't really have any imaging. I mean, we now with some new technologies, we can get a better glimpse, but it's still just like smoke and shadows. It's trying to figure out something from electrical patterns. So, if I'd have to say, it's unlikely. I mean, the amount of dreams we have, and amount of people that have dreams, like, and the difference in different dreams, like, it's weird. I mean, unlikely to. I don't think so, personally.
Yeah, I don't know. It links a lot to, like, I think it was in the 80s that there was this like a big boom of something like pseudoscience where like physics can explain déjà vu through parallel universes and dreams, like all of these kinds of ideas that really came about like when we were still learning about quantum physics and people had all these crazy theories and a lot of them became very popular. So people talk about them now.
So do you think that basically a parallel world, universe, would be the same as ours, but a bit different, based on different things? So do you think that we exist in a different universe?
Probably not, because like thinking statistically, even though I don't do statistics, thinking statistically, you are really unlikely to exist. So the fact that you exist now makes it really unlikely that you'd exist in the exact same way, like the exact same person, that the lineage of people before you was the exact same, you were born the exact same like environment to be you. So I don't think that you would exist in another universe.
I mean, that's controllable. I mean, the infinite hotel paradox, like if there are multiple universes, there's more than likely infinite universe. So like there's probably a subgroup of 1 billion which you are alive, and there's 1 billion where your grandpa's alive. There is definitely a chance that there is enough of them that it's possible.
Yeah, it's like the infinite monkeys typing in a typewriter. Like eventually they're gonna write the full works of Shakespeare, but like it's highly unlikely.
Yeah.
Do you guys know? I'm just wondering. This might be a stupid question, but do you guys know the scene in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory when there's like the TV and then they do something with the chocolate and the guy he can go into the TV and they say it's another universe?
Oh, do they say that? I don't remember.
No, do they not? I don't know.
Maybe it is.
I have like
think
a
so,
flashback of something saying that they're projected into another universe or something. But anyways.
Willy Wonka's got some really powerful physics on his side if he was able to do that.
But let's go back to astrology for a bit. So do you guys know your zodiac sign to start off?
Yes.
If you want to share it.
I believe I'm a Scorpio.
Oh, me too. I'm a Scorpio.
Scorpios?
We have the same birthday.
No, I think you're one day after me.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Basically.
makes sense.
What's your...
Scorpio.
I'm Aquarius.
You're an Aquarius?
Yeah, I think so at least.
I'm a Cancer.
Okay. And do you guys know like more or less the characteristics?
I don't remember. It was like deep thinking, something a lot to do with like the brain, like you're always thinking or you're always really
Makes
empathetic.
sense.
And I was
Makes sense.
yeah, that's so me. But again, it's really like broad descriptions.
Yeah, I have no idea
No?
what Scorpio has
Well, I
to
can
do
tell
it.
you about
Yeah, you can
about
tell me because you
Scorpio.
know, because you're a Scorpio.
Well, I know that Scorpios, they're very passionate about things that they really like. They're very loyal. They tend to be, I can't remember actually now, but
No, I'd
they
say,
just have a strong personality, and they're like very,
yeah, and I'd say the same about Michael. That
Why?
he's very passionate, he's very loyal.
Maybe I'm a Scorpio. Maybe I'm secretly a Scorpio then.
But I mean, I
Maybe-
guess some zodiac signs share obviously
Yeah,
some
they do share.
characteristics. What about you, Peter? Do you know a bit?
Something with water, probably, because Aquarius. Maybe it's like with the drink Aquarius. I don't know.
Is that your favorite soda drink? No.
So
The last
Lying.
time I drank an Aquarius was 2022,
Okay.
Okay.
21.
Okay.
I'm a nasty type of guy.
Yeah, Misty. Agreed.
Okay, I'm looking up the characteristics of an Aquarius. So they tend to be independent, innovative and creative, humanitarian, intellectual, friendly but sometimes distant, unpredictable, and yeah. I'm gonna look up. Do you relate?
That's some of them, yeah.
Yeah?
I'd say so. I mean, it's a broad spectrum of traits.
Yeah,
It
like-
is obviously, but it gets deeper. I promise.
It's friendly, but sometimes not, is a very broad description. You're either friendly or not friendly.
Oh no, guys! This has to be true. Look, I'm looking up at Cancer, and it's
Okay, I'm
emotional and
nervous.
sensitive, family-oriented, caring and protective, intuitive, protective shell, and moody at times. Michael, this is literally you.
Don't leak all of my entire personal information on the
This is
podcast.
literally you.
Well, I think that's very sweet. Maybe the moody part, but I
Yeah,
agree.
but I don't see the
agree
moody
with
part.
it. No, you sometimes.
Oh.
I agree with most of it. Noah has nothing. No
I-
comments.
no
comments. Yeah,
No comment.
good idea.
Well, from what I know of you, Michael, I think it's
Okay.
very accurate.
Thank you.
And then Scorpio, they say that they're passionate, perceptive and intuitive, mysterious, determined, loyal, and intense emotions.
I often hear negative things about Scorpios. Why is
Because
that?
it is so badly seen because they say that it has this like kind of like bad aura because of this like strong personality. They tend to, wait, actually, let me ask.
But isn't that like also a good thing?
Well, I think it is.
It also kind of, I think it matches you. Yeah?
Yeah.
I
mean-
think a part.
Everything can describe everyone.
That's true, but I do think
If
it
you're
does match you
looking
quite well.
for if you're looking in a list of traits that you're pretty sure something is related to, you're gonna find something related to
Yeah.
you.
Plus, like related to you, it's very personal. Like you
Yeah.
can make yourself believe you're something that
Yeah.
you're not, or not something that you are.
Exactly.
Okay, they say that Scorpio can be badly seen because they have very intense qualities. So again, intensity of emotions, secretive nature, strong reactions when hurt, association with darker themes. That apparently, like Scorpio, is linked with transformation, power, and sometimes taboo subjects. Wait,
Okay.
You're thinking what I'm thinking.
yeah. What?
Nothing.
Nothing.
No. Okay.
I think it can be said to be true, but of course it can be said about anyone.
Well,
Yeah.
for example, I remember my sister had a friend over in summer. I've never seen this friend before. She's like my sister's new friend. And she came over in Spain this summer and we were talking a bit for like a lunch and dinner. And I remember, well, my sister told me afterwards that her friend told my sister that I gave off this like vibe. This like, and because I remember we were talking about zodiac signs as well at some point. And she was saying that like, she knew for some reason I was a Scorpio. And that really gave off the vibe of it.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Do you think you? I think that some of those do match you.
Honestly, this is me being a bit like, but I think I match a lot of them because
Yeah.
obviously, like I'm quite interested in astrology to be honest, and so I've obviously read a lot about it, and especially my sign, and a lot of things were accurate. So I don't know.
This is just making me remember tarot cards.
Oh, don't get me started.
That's you gotta.
Don't get me
Didn't we
started.
talk about tarot cards on another podcast?
Did
episode?
We might have.
I think there was
I
one.
wasn't on this podcast.
Yeah.
But it just
What about it?
Just remember like you can see like it's not like grounded in anything, but it can make you believe something.
Yeah.
That's like what we were talking about before.
What do you
Yeah.
mean it can make you believe something?
Like, if a tarot card says that something good will happen if you try, it's going to motivate you more to try.
Oh.
I mean,
But you don't need the tarot card to tell you that.
even with like something good is gonna happen, like that is the definition of broad. Oh,
Yeah.
you'll
Yeah,
find
but
a
it's
penny
not-
on the ground. Someone will say, "Hey, good morning." I mean,
It could
Well,
be-
for example, I myself have cards. They're not tarot cards, but they're oracle. I don't know if you guys know.
Yeah.
It's more, it's like not as intense as tarot. It's more for like beginners and everything. And I asked one time a question related to like relationship and love. I got 3 cards that were about relationship and love.
Okay.
Like they all meant something about relationship and love.
And not all of them are.
No, of course not.
Okay.
They're like the cards. There's so many things
We should
about
check
the
the
cards.
probability of that happening. Is it true? Is it the universe telling
Oh
you?
my God.
some people believe that actually like strong emotions that something's gonna happen is gonna influence that's more likely to happen.
What do you
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
I mean, in a
Like,
way.
oh, your emotions will influence
Yeah,
the
some
deciding
people
of the cards.
actually believe that.
Yeah, but that's why it says on my thing, because again, I researched it because I wanted to do it properly. I researched it and they said to not do it if like, for example, if something bad happened and you're like crying, don't do it now. Just like take some time, do something else and get your emotions away and do it when you're like settled and like you're feeling neutral and like normal
Okay.
to not influence it.
I mean, like I kinda see the thing, like if you have a strong emotion towards something, it's more likely to happen. More because you're more expecting it to happen.
Yeah.
And when you're expecting it to happen and it happens, you're like, yeah, I knew this was gonna happen and it happened. But like when you expect it to happen and it doesn't happen, like, oh yeah, nice, it didn't happen.
Yeah.
You know, my mom had a friend. I don't know if this is really related, but my mom had a friend, and she had like because her friend told me the story, and she had like a disease, not something too bad. Well, it was quite bad, but not too bad. I'm not sure what it was, and she said, and she tried everything to get better, and she was so done at some point. She was like, I don't know what to do anymore, and then she's really into like cards and like astrology and everything as well. So she was praying for like a sign and she was saying just God or like angels or whatever, just like give me a sign. And she said, you know what, if I'm gonna get better, show me what's it called, from birds.
Wings?
No,
A bird
feather.
pattern.
a feather, yeah. Give me a feather. 1 week after, there's a bird that came into her house from like the window, and it was stuck inside, so it kept on like banging on the walls, and then eventually it left, and there was feather all over the floors.
Okay.
And she got better.
A week after. You know, it's
Yeah, but obviously it's not
Okay.
gonna come when you're asked. It's not, give me a feather, and there's a feather on the table.
maybe it's just gonna float through the window. You know.
That's interesting. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Have you guys heard about, apparently if you like give to someone, like there's professional, I'm guessing, that do that. If you give to someone the time, the day, the hospital, and the city you were born in, it's gonna tell you what planet was aligned or something.
Oh, there was like
and then you can know what's your purpose in life, like what you have to do in life.
this is another one of the start. Like, isn't it also like moon rising or something like that as well?
Yeah. My stepmom is really into that. And I'm thinking about it. It's such a shame that she's not in this podcast because she's really into that. She
Oh.
believes so much in like the moons and everything. And she's always telling me about it. She always sends me a message. She's like, okay, Hortense, tonight is the end of the, I don't even know, Scorpio, Cancer, full moon. So you have to burn that candle and then like feel, I don't know, she's really into that stuff. But sorry, I interrupted you. What were you saying?
No, that's interesting. There's a lot of interesting like rules that they follow because
Yeah.
of that.
Does that kind of link to physics? Like,
The burning a candle because of the specific moon, not really.
yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of things related to the moon why we don't
Yeah.
know why it is. Like, there's many people say like the word lunatic comes from because people were saying
Yes.
that when it was a full moon, you're like because
Yes.
we're so much water, we're drawn closer to the moon, and it makes you go crazy or something.
Yeah. Like, there's this one, like, we don't really, in my house, we don't really believe about this sort of thing. Besides this one thing, which my mom insists every time there's a full moon, you have to wash your hair.
Oh yes.
Do you have that as well?
It's cutting my sister's hair in my household, where she just gets trimmed every full moon.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Because I guess like the full moon is like the end of like a time or an era, I don't know, and then it's the new moon, so then it's time for you to like, I'm guessing. But I mean, do you guys believe in energies? Like energy?
Like auras and stuff?
Or do you mean like a half MB squared?
No, I don't even know what that is, and I don't even want to hear about it. Not on my podcast.
Not on your podcast.
No, I'm saying like energies, like energies between people, energy between, like when you feel something, like all that stuff. I think we all kind of do. Like if you have a feeling about someone, or like I think even love can be explained by energy. When you guys meet someone that you fall in love with, it's energy.
I mean, a lot of the time it's just explained by our brain picking stuff up, but not really telling us that it's picking stuff up.
But it's also like, I know that there are some people that they literally just have this influence. When they walk into a room, they give off a certain vibe.
Exactly.
And it makes you feel a certain way every time you see them.
Well,
and is this
sorry, I'm interrupting. Sorry. Like, does that already apply? Have you met someone like this?
Yeah, multiple people.
Have you known about this? Has anyone told you, when someone does, or when have you spoken to them? Or is it just like the first time you saw them?
It's just like the first time I saw them, and then every time I see them. There are just some people that, for example, they walk into a room where you see them and they just brighten your mood, or like you get kind of sad. And maybe it's not energies, but I do think that we are influenced by people around us.
We're 100% influenced by people, but I feel like it's just more past experiences and just your brain trying to figure out more about the person without actually knowing it, and then trying to imagine that it's doing that. It's not like you see a person who looks very smart and calm, and so you feel calm around them because they give off like they look like the type of person who would calm you down.
Yeah, plus all of the times it's your brain picking things up, like how they're dressed, how they're walking, their facial expression that you don't even like perceive, but your brain picks up, how they're put about, how they speak as well, all of these small things, even like psychological thing. You see people smiling, you tend to smile most likely.
Yeah, but have you never seen like, have you ever felt like you saw someone and you were like, I don't feel them. There's something off about them. There's something wrong. And then turned out there was something wrong.
It's just your brain picking.
It's the way they acted.
Yeah.
But no, because I've had experiences like Michael said where people come into the room and I'm like, whoa. And it's like I barely look at how they're dressed or like how they are. It's just a feeling I get inside my body, inside everywhere. And I'm like, whoa. And then I have my friend coming up to me saying, oh, when no, walked in the room, like there was something. Yeah. Or have you never walked into a place and you're like, ooh, like I'm not comfortable here. I don't like it here. I'm not comfortable. Or have you never had like I think that's what's it called, a gut feeling? Gut feeling.
Yeah.
Gut feeling about something. I've had so many last year. Sorry.
I think I agree with both of you in the sense that energies is a good way to sum it up, and it probably comes from all of these senses that we have if we think about it in a scientific way. But energies is quite I like the idea of energy.
Plus, again, we haven't spawned, like humanity hasn't spawned in the way we are right now. We kind of evolved from eating a mammoth in a cave. Yeah. And that wasn't exactly safe, and you could just die like that. Like a mountain lion could be behind you, and you just, it jumped on me, I'm dead. Like a lot of the stuff we feel is evolved from a sense of being pretty much a prey animal.
Okay.
So you like look at someone and you like read them like by how they're acting, how they look, and you can kind of just, it's kind of seeing if they're a predator or prey, or like if they're dangerous or not.
Same again with like things like uncanny valley. Like it's not just some feeling that we have. No, it's a thing that we develop because back in the day, when we see someone who's not exactly right, maybe they're sick, maybe they have something wrong with them, maybe it's a animal that vaguely resembles a human from a distance. We get that. I don't feel it. I don't feel it.
Okay, maybe.
Okay, I'm just researching more about the moon, and it says that in astrology, the moon is not about the literal night sky. It's a symbol of your inner world, how you feel, how you react emotionally, and what makes you feel safe.
Oh, wow.
And then there's something that's the sun. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But sun rules your outer self, what you show to the world. Your ego. So the moon is your inner self, and then sun outside.
There's so much like lore in this. Like
Yeah.
it's so in
much.
detail.
I know.
It's
Someone had a lot of time to put this together.
yeah, like
Someone was
it's
very
been going
bold.
on over the centuries. It's just been building
Wasn't
up.
it started by the Greeks, I think.
It
Yeah.
might have been.
We could talk about mythology. See,
Okay.
if you said that
sure.
you're interested, because
We
I'm
could talk about
looking
mythology.
into that in graphics right now, and I'm learning. I'm teaching myself a bit about it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Good use of the podcast. Put it to your graphic schoolwork.
I wish I could do that. But so, can you explain a bit about it?
Well, I don't know much about that. All I know is that specific star signs are named after specific parts of Greek mythology. Like, for example, Orion is one which I know a lot about, primarily because of the Metallica song. But Orion, the story of Orion, is he was a very, like, egotistical hunter. Like, he said he could kill anything. And so a god, I don't remember which one, I don't remember the Greek gods, there's too many of them to
Yeah.
count,
Yeah.
said, oh, you think you can kill this thing? And sent, I think, a centaur, and then he died to the centaur.
Okay.
And that's why it's a hunter. You look like, if you look at the constellation itself, it looks like an archer pulling a bow back, but it's missing a head.
Oh, and what about constellations? Do you guys think it's like the stars were like that, and then we interpreted to them as
Yeah.
No, we just manipulated it.
Yeah.
Someone just like drag them around.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
like let's put them in this
That's what I
position
thought
so
as
like
well.
the future is
I
written.
mean, it's definitely we interpreted whatever was on the night sky.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
But like it's obvious. I think that it's a great thing because if we now look at the night sky and then we see this like just random bunch of stars and it resembles this sky and it gives you a whole story behind it, and maybe it doesn't specifically influence your current situation, but like stories do help guide us on how to live our future. So in some way they do like guide our fates and our futures, because we have put these stories to them that help us to understand what is going on.
And do you guys think that, well, Greek mythology is like for real? Like it really happened like that?
I don't think...
Definitely.
Yeah, the Minotaurs were real.
Yeah. On Mount Olympus, I seen Zeus myself. We talked about it.
Yeah, no, I don't think there's a guy who can shapeshift
Yeah.
into different guys and different women's husbands to
Yeah.
get with them, who also happens to be the god of all gods.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's kind of possible.
Or someone I heard, because when I was reading about it, I heard that there's one of the gods. Well, I don't know, that ate all of his children because he didn't want his
Titan.
children.
Titan, the
Father of
Yeah.
Zeus.
Zeus's dad.
Yeah, and then but then he didn't eat one that was Zeus and Zeus. And
Zeus,
Zeus.
yeah.
And then he saved his siblings or something.
I mean, when you look at mythology as a whole, it's less of a... I mean, it's not less of a religion, but it was more used as a teaching tool. Because
Sure.
when you look at a lot of the stories, they have like an actual moral, like with the hunter.
Yeah.
It's just don't be too overconfident with nature. You know, things gonna happen.
True.
You don't take these things literally. They're just the same way as in some cultures, for example, which is a very big offshoot. But in some cultures, they make rugs, and these rugs are pretty much just scrolls with like written, maybe not written, but like with pictograms of like, you know, how to do stuff. In Afghanistan, for example, these are just ways to teach future generations and for the future generations to remember the lessons that are learned by people before them in sometimes not so cool ways, you know,
Yeah.
not so fun experiences. But, you know, just to have that in mind and just like try to not repeat.
Even now, we all grew up with like fairy tales
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
some other thing that helped guide us and tell us how we
It's
should
like,
live our
don't
lives.
trust strangers when they give you sweets.
Yeah, exactly.
So do you think that all this thing like a parallel world and like astrology, is it something that human made up because we want to, and that's kind of linked with religion, I guess. Many people say that religion is something that was made, so we like look up for something and we kind of have like a reason to live because of religion. Do you think that would be the same with astrology and a parallel world, that I don't know how to explain it. Like
Seeking the reason for existence and the substance of the
Like,
universe.
for example, astrology, do you think we kind of blame everything that's happened? Like, not
We-
blame,
we
but
don't
we,
want to
we
try to use astrology to explain things that we can't
Exactly.
understand, can't comprehend.
Exactly. So do you think that's the only reason?
No, it's like it's a mix of everything. Like you were saying, we might use it. So we don't want to blame ourselves. So we might use it instead to talk about like, oh, this happened. This tragic thing happened to me because it was in God's plan or something else. Obviously, then you can also connect it to astrology instead. Like, oh, I drew this card that told me this was going to happen.
Yeah.
And we often look at it to like help guide our lives because humans want a meaning for life.
True.
So.
Do you guys believe in signs? Like signs that you got from the universe or something? And that actually happened?
Signs?
Like sign
Yeah.
language? Sure.
No, of course not.
Signs from the universe.
Or something.
I mean, I guess you can say it was meant to be, or like this was bound to happen. So maybe it's not like I won't take it as a sign from the universe, but it's like the universe happened to make this happen, so I'm going to go along with it.
Yeah.
And this is what I'm going to do. Like, oh, if the universe said I'm moving to Spain, then I guess I'm moving to Spain.
And what about dreams? Do you know that dreams, I don't know how you call them again, but dreams, when you dream about something and then it happens. Because that has happened.
Deja vu.
No, not deja vu.
Preposition.
Just like dreams that you've had and then the next day it happens.
Astral projection.
I'm guessing.
Maybe.
I don't know, but
Premonitions.
yeah, premonitions.
Yeah, like in Final Destination.
Have you guys ever had those? Because my sister and we had them.
No, not really.
No?
I've never dreamed about something and had it happen.
No?
I dreamt of a specific class, and then when I was younger, and then I had that class happen. So, like specifically the exact
do you think
words
that-
sitting in the same position.
And do you think that if that would happen to you, having a dream and then it happens the next day, how would you explain it? Just a coincidence?
It was. It's like, but then it makes me wonder because after the event, then I start to question: did I dream it or did I just come up with it like it was deja vu or something?
So-
But I don't know.
You know, a lot of the times we tend to forget parts of our dreams, so maybe it's just like your current consciousness trying to like add stuff that was in your dream and like, oh well, it must have been this way.
Maybe like it's missing pieces, so then
Yeah.
I piece together what is currently happening in order to fix it, and then I mistake.
Because my sister, she had a dream before passing her driving test, like the theory part. She had a dream that she was going to get 50, I don't even know, but like a specific number, let's say like 53 out of like 60. And she had that exact number.
It's
So,
the
like-
people inside out, you know. That's the people in your head playing specific dreams.
We're almost running out of time, but I just want to ask a few more questions about paranormal activity. So do you think there could be scientific explanations for paranormal events and we don't know them yet?
Yeah.
The double slit experiment. Like, when we were talking about quantum physics, I know you don't do physics.
No, but explain.
None of it makes sense. You have. Imagine if you had like two doors,
Yeah.
and you randomly threw balls through them.
Yeah.
And instead of them like appearing on one side or another, they look like a wave, like a literal wave, like from the ocean. That's basically okay, very simplified and summarized, and I like kind of cheated on everything. But that's basically the entire physics right now. Is we're throwing a ball through a hole, and instead it turns into an ocean wave.
So the thing, basically, to all the questions, we'll never know for sure.
Well, I wouldn't say we'll never know.
We'll
'cause,
know
like,
eventually. Just right now, we
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah.
Maybe
In how many
we'll know
years?
a lot of answers eventually, but I do think that some stuff will just remain unanswered just simply because it's impossible to test for it. I mean, you can look at something long
Yeah,
enough, but you won't know what's behind it.
Because I just thought of it. Because how come no one went already to explore if there's a black hole? Oh, well, no, that's so stupid.
Well, no,
Sorry, that's
no,
so
no, no.
stupid.
This is the thing. We are always looking for things. Einstein. The only reason we knew there might be a black hole is because Einstein had some math that said there would be, and then we found it.
So math is the solution.
Math is to most things. It is. It describes everything in the universe can be described with math.
That's
but
crazy.
that's why. But also Einstein says that there's a thing which is called a white hole, which instead shoots out stuff instead of sucking it in. And then he also says that you can have wormholes that are like teleportation devices. But we haven't proven any of
Do
those.
you think that in the future we'll get the time machine? Do you think that's going to be invented?
No.
That's-
I mean, going into the future by compressing matter,
Yeah,
sure.
like going in relativistic
we can go into,
speeds.
Yeah.
we can go to the future.
We
Basically,
can go
right now we know that we can go to the future,
Really?
but we can't go to the past.
Yeah.
The
So we
fast,
could go to the future right now.
Yes, but it's not like you think it is.
if you If you are standing still and you look up at the night sky, but then instead if you start walking, you're going to see the future of the stars.
Yeah.
But if you stand still, you see the past.
Like even with people who are currently like in orbit, they perceive time different because it's not really going
Yes.
into the future.
Yeah.
It's just perceiving time in your own individualistic sense.
And also, when you move faster to the speed of light, time kind of slows down for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Time dilation. So if you wanted like time travel into the future in that more normal like pop culture sense of like moving really far, just like spin around in a specific point really, really quickly, which is really hard to do. But just try your best to spin as fast as possible, and eventually you will be in the future.
Yeah. Because, you know, well, we've got the parallel universe thing. Like, you never know if there's, like, a parallel universe that's, like, 10 minutes behind and we can just, like, travel there, you know?
And
That's
that's
really
another,
scary.
obviously. Maybe there's a parallel universe.
Would you guys want a parallel universe or no?
Would I want
Sure.
one?
I don't know. It's a bit scary.
my-
no?
just
Like, it is kinda
own a
like,
parallel
am I
universe.
not the only Michael in the world? Like,
Literally.
like-
Like, what's going
how
on
do you
in the
tell
other
the, how
world?
do you tell the difference between who's the real one, who's the original?
Another philosophical question, eh?
Yeah.
How would you tell the difference if you, like, went to sleep in one universe, woke up in another? Like,
Who knows? Maybe when you go to sleep, you wake up in a different universe. That looks the
Crazy.
same.
You know,
Yeah.
I used to, sorry, just to finish, I used to think as a kid that I was in a dream of a giant person, or like the giants.
Oh.
And they were asleep and I was leaving and I was their dream.
Oh wow.
Anyways, well, thank you so much for this podcast. I wish it could be longer and I hope there's going to be a part 2. And yeah, we'll see you next week.
Thank
Bye.
you so much for having
thanks
us.
so much.
You're
Bye-bye.
welcome. Did you guys like it?